Wouldn't it be great if there was a scheme which helped you, a first-time buyer, buy your first property for an up to 50% discount? Sound good? Then carry on watching. Hi there, Lee Everett from Lee Everett Property Advice, and on this channel I like to give the best tips and tools for buying your first property. So if you're a first-time buyer starting your property journey, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you get a notification every time I post a video. This video is covering the government's First Home Scheme and is the first part of a three-part series where we're going to cover everything you need to know. So if you do want to see the next two videos, please hit that subscribe button as well as the like button as well while you're here. So the government announced this scheme in June 2021, and it's designed to help first-time buyers buy their first property at an up to 50% discounted rate. This is great as affordability for new homes for first-time buyers has been made difficult with the recent increase in house prices. So with this up to 50% discount, it's really going to help a lot of people buy their first home. So let's go over a few of the bits and pieces regarding the First Home Scheme. So each builder that offers these properties will have to offer a minimum of 30% discount. The local council can enforce a higher discount if they can prove the need to do so, and the maximum they can offer is up to 50%. So in some areas you might be lucky enough to get a house at half the price, but generally I think 30% is going to be where most of them sit at. Now, to qualify for this scheme, you must be a first-time buyer. You must also live in the local area where you're buying the property. There are some exceptions to this. If you're in the armed forces or a recent veteran of the armed forces, then you can live in a different area and you can still apply to use the scheme. If you are a local first-time buyer who is also classed as a key worker by your local authority, then you are going to be put to the top of this list for these homes. First-time buyers can apply, but if you're a first-time buyer and a key worker in your local area, you are going to be given priority. Each council have their own list, or can have their own list of what is qualified as a key worker, but generally teachers, doctors, firefighters, police women and men, they're going to be your main candidates. Whether delivery drivers and retail workers are covered in that will come down to the individual council. So how much are these homes going to be, even with the discount? So there is a cap of £250,000 for the properties. This is higher. I think it's 400 and something thousand pounds if you live in London. So the maximum price for this property on the first purchase will be £250,000, which I think is great. It's great. If you try and find a new build property in most places in the country, you're going to be paying more than £250,000. So I think that's a real great move. The government have said that it's going to save on average £70,000 for first-time buyers buying a new build property. Core, it's hot. It is hot. How do you qualify for this? So as we've said, you've got to be a local first-time buyer unless you are in the armed forces. Your household income cannot exceed £80,000 or £90,000 if you live in the London area. You also need to have a mortgage of greater than 50% of the property value. So you need to be borrowing at least £125,000 of the property price. If you're looking to put more than a 50% deposit down, then you're not going to qualify for this. And the good thing is some mainstream lenders are coming on board with the scheme, offering up to 95% mortgages. Again, we're going to do a video on which lenders are going to take on the First Home Scheme. So subscribe and look out for that video, which is going to be coming out in the next week or so. But the key takeaways we can take from this particular video is that you, as a first-time buyer and key worker, can get a property for up to 50% off the market price. Remember that when the property is sold, when you do come to sell the property, whatever discount you got when you bought it, you'll have to apply to the first-time buyer buying your property. You can't earn more than £80,000 as a household or £90,000 if you're in London. And the last one is the maximum price that the builder can sell you this new build property for is £250,000. So no more of these overpriced properties. They've got to be built to the same specification as any other property on that development. So you're really not going to be losing out on anything. No substandard sizes or quality or finish. They've got to be indistinguishable, nice word, from any other properties on the development. So there really is a sense of well done government in doing this. At the moment, the scheme's launched in the East Midlands. A small development has gone live. The government are hoping that there's going to be another 1,500 properties with this scheme going live in the autumn this year, and then hopefully 10,000 new build homes with this scheme each year after, while there is the demand for it. So fantastic news if you're a first-time buyer, even better if you're a first-time buyer and key worker. Let me know if you can take advantage of this scheme. Hit like, and I'll see you next time. Take care.